So can we speak empathy? One of the fascinating things about emotional intelligence is that we can use language differently. And sometimes little things that we say can reflect a higher or lower level of emotional intelligence. For example, there are people that say that there is such thing as empathetic language and non-empathetic language. For example, someone comes to us and says, I just got promoted. And here are two options of how we can respond to that. We could say, wow, that's such great news. Or we could say, that's good for you. And in this case, both of them, seem to be, innocent. I'm just saying, expressing support. That's such great news. Good for you. However, interestingly, one of these options is more empathetic than the other. When you say good for you, you could be saying, even if it's not your intention and you're doing it unconsciously, you're saying it's good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody else. This thing is good for you. And you go and celebrate your thing because this is good for you. Now, when I say that's such great news, it's because I am joining in and sharing in this excitement that something's good is happening. So it's good for all of us, for you, for me, for everyone, right? So a subtle difference between it's more empathetic to say something like that's such great news than to say good for you. The other example is when somebody comes to us and says, oh, I'm going through a very tough situation. Here are two examples of things that we could say. One, we could say, oh, what's happening? Tell me more. Or you could say, I totally understand. I totally get you. I understand you completely, right? Both of those are, you're expressing support. You're trying to be there with the person. However, the option when you say, what's happening? Tell me more, can be perceived as more empathetic because you are showing interest in the person and you are admitting that you don't know what's happening and that you want to learn more. When you say to a person, oh, I totally understand. I know it happened to me. So I totally know what you're going through. The person may be thinking, really? You know what I'm going through? But I haven't even explained it to you. Like, you don't really know what I'm going through because I haven't even said to you what it was. So, just an example of language. And